let's get started. Welcome to What If Deku was Entity 303. This, so I don't know the exact of all of Entity 303's powers or forms, but I'll just be going off his base form for this What If and the powers I do know, which I'll go ahead and name some of them. He does however can produce those fireballs the gas produce and fire them. He will have a weapon, which I will believe it will be I'm gonna make it a sword. Yeah, a sword. And he can move super fast, he can teleport, he can control his underlings, his servants, people that follow him. And without further ado, let's get right on into it. We go back to the 14th century, where Entity 303 is talking with a couple of his followers. One of them being Dark Cloak. Dark Cloak's cloak. Yes, sir. I'll be gone for a long time after my battle with the so-called hero. What do you mean, sir? They prepared a ceiling to seal me in. Your job is going to be to find it. As soon as I'm sealed, they'll hide it somewhere. Once it's discovered, I want you to try to free me. I'll do my best, sir. And don't forget, you'll have help. Isn't that right? Reddish black. As he's referring to her eyes. Yes, master. I'll be helping in this endeavor. And remember, the followers of me will also be working with y'all. As he looks on to where there's a few people in black cloaks. This fight will definitely be my last for a while, as the hero is strong, as he's been given powers by God. And if it wasn't for his interference, I would have been able to rule this world, as I had taken over at least 2 countries already. Unfortunately, they will not stay in your grasp after your defeat, sir. I know. And they'll probably erase me from history. Just remember, I've given you 2 immortality for a reason. We will not forget about that, sir. Good. Now, let's go. As he goes to fight the hero. So, hero of light, it looks like you've come to meet your end. It is wrong, Entity 303. I've come to meet your end. My end. Very well. As he pulls out a black sword, as they fight, as they're delivering blows, as they're flying, hitting each other in the air. As he sends the hero down to the ground, and uses his fire blast, hitting him, sending him to the ground. Give up, hero. We've been battling for at least an hour and you haven't really made any progress. Maybe not, but this will. As he pulls out an artifact, as he throws it. What is that supposed to do? As he fires a blast at it. As the hero threw his sword, hitting the blast, and the sword going and hitting him right in the chest. As he's sent back, as the item hits him, as it was a small dagger, hitting him right between the eyes. Was that supposed to... As all his powers and his body disappears into the dagger. A black and yellow dagger. A black hilt and the yellow sword part. As the hero gets up, injured. Now to hide you away, to where no one can free you. As the hero had taken it and hid it in the one place his servants would never find it. His grave. As we go about to the beginning of the anime, where some archaeologists had found the hero's tomb, as they said of the first hero. Now, the history of Entity 303 had been erased as the hero's order, so no one knew that Entity 303 had already taken control of several islands and a few countries. As it was all erased, the only people knowing it were his followers that had been following him for the longest time. And the descendants of the followers also knew of Entity 303's existence, but could do nothing about it, as they were just sitting there, taking the orders from his right and left hand men, which is being Reddish Black and Black Cloak. And if y'all have character names, please tell me. I can change these character names. But anyway. What's this? It seems to be an old tomb. This is an excellent find. There must be some artifacts here. As they walk in, as there's a hero with them, because sometimes villains will steal artifacts that have sentimental value, or they just sell them in the black market for a higher price. As they look over, looking through the cave, where is it? There should be an artifact here. As they look through it, as they find a coffin. Is that a coffin, sir? Yes. As they go and read it, as they see, this is the first hero's tomb. The first hero's tomb. But the first hero came around at like 200 years ago. Apparently not on this. Apparently the first hero arose in the 14th century. Seriously? A hero like that in the 14th century? We must get this to a museum immediately. As they look around the room and they find the dagger in its sheath. This must be an artifact as well. We'll take it to the museum in Japan. It'll be displayed. As the sword or the dagger he was sealed in is going to be taken to Japan's National Museum, to where it will be displayed. As Black Cloak is in Japan and Reddish Black is in America, because those are the ones with the two most archaeologic exhibits. So if the dagger would be found, it'd be in one of those two countries. So, Dark Cloak is watching the news as it comes up, as an ancient weapon and all that is being transported to the National Japan Museum. It looks like our time is now. And one key factor about both of his right and left people, most trusted, is that one of them has a dark eye on each side. The girl has a dark eye on the right side, and the Dark Cloak has a dark eye on the left, signifying the power that was given to them by Entity 303. I forgot to mention that. But anyway, okay, gather the men, as he's referring to the dark cloaked men behind him. Yes, sir, we'll gather the followers immediately. As he gathers his troops, or more like Entity 303's troops, Deku's troops, we've gathered at least 20 men, sir. The rest cannot make it. We have at least 100 men in Japan. Yes, but they're all across Japan. It'll take them at least a day or two to get here. Fair point. We'll have to start the raid without them then. Listen, the National Museum is housing an artifact that seals our master away. We will go there and free our master. That is an order, understand? Of course, sir. We cannot fail. The freedom of our master is most important. Of course. As we move on to where they're transporting it, as one of the followers has a black winged quark, or I'm just gonna say a crow quark, because why not? As he's following him from the sky, it's moving on such road up to the museum. Good. Prepare to intercept it. Team 1, are you in position? Yes, sir. As you can just see, Team 1 in some cars waiting for the vehicle to pass by. Prepare to move in. As soon as it shows up, I want you to block its path. Team 2, we're ready to block its escape route. Good. It's going under in a cave here in a few minutes. That's where we cut it off. Yes, sir. Crow, tell us when it reaches the cave. Of course, sir. As it approaches the cave, or not, pretty much the tunnel. As it approaches the tunnel, it's gone through. As 2 cars approach out in front, blocking its way. As 2 cars approach out in the back, blocking the tunnel entrances. As Dark Cloak comes out. As the people in the truck, hey, there's some trucks blocking the way. As they stop, as some security guards guarding the artifacts come out, we need y'all to move. You're blocking government property. As a man in a dark cloak comes up, that won't be necessary. As Dark Cloak just slits the 2 necks of the guards. Open fire. As a few of the villains with guns fire, killing the remaining security guards, not leaving a single person alive. The time to free my master. As they open the back, they walk over to the dagger. As he goes to grab it, his arm is burned. Oh. Of course, the hero must come up with a countermeasure for subordinates. Since I have the powers of my master, it'll affect me. You, as he's referring to one of the dark cloaked men, grab the artifact. Yes, sir. As he grabs it. Now let's get out of here. As they leave. An hour later, the bodies of the security guards and the people guarding the artifacts were discovered. As some heroes are talking about it on the scene. Detective, what happened here? It seems that someone attacked the artifacts that came in. Why would they want artifacts? Probably to sell it in the black market. But what's weird is they only took one thing. What did they take? They took a dagger of some sorts found. Why would they want a dagger? Who knows? As Aizawa is thinking, why would they want a dagger? I must do research on this. This is kind of odd for someone just to steal a dagger and leave all of the priceless artifacts. Technically, if you're working for a cult, that's pretty much what you would do anyway. You can consider Entity 303's men as a cult, but I wouldn't consider them that. They're just like servants or people that follow him. But anyway, back as a call his subordinate in America gets a call. Reddish black. This is Dark Cloak. Yes, I know who this is. I know it's been about 100 or 150 years since I last talked to you. Yes. What is it? I found the master. As she's surprised, you found Entity 303? Yes. We currently have him, but the hero placed some sort of seal to where I can't break it. I doubt you will be able to break it either. We may need to move on to a different plan, a different strategy. I have an idea. What? Maybe a descendant of the hero could break it. And who would be the descendant of a hero? They would have to not know to break it. Someone full of themselves. Definitely someone that would be a descendant of the first hero. Because the first hero was cocky. So will his descendant be. But who would be his descendant? I think I've got just the right person. And if y'all have not already guessed it, it's going to be Katsuki Bakugo, the descendant of the first hero. Actually, they're kind of ironic. Anyway, Katsuki Bakugo. Yeah, now that I think about it, he does have some similarities to the hero. Yeah. If you can get him to break the dagger, that should free the master. How will I... You know what, never mind. I've got the perfect plan. You. Talk to you later, as he hangs up. You. Is your first one of the villains. There's a battle happening, or villains happening attacking the USJ. Katsuki Bakugo will be there. I want you to attack him with the dagger. And make sure he shatters it. I will not fail you, sir. Good. Our master will be released. And the time of his rule will come once again. And if you get the chance, after he breaks the dagger, kill him. I'll do my best, sir. It would be good to serve the master once again. But I wonder, how will he feel? As he's referring to someone else. It's quite rude of you to infer to me. As he turns around. Null. I will be doing a What If Deku Was Null video, if y'all want to hear that one. Null. It's been a while, of course. After all, Entity 303 is a friend of mine. You wouldn't think I would not notice if his ceiling was found. I would be glad to have some fun with him again. I remember all the games we would play. Oh, fun. All those rampages, all those battles we had. As you remembers a fight of him and Null, or him and Entity 303, where they would destroy quite a bit of land fighting each other. Ah, the good old days, I would say. When he was not sealed, I mean. You know, it's gonna take a while for his powers to return, even when he's unsealed. I understand that. It will take some time for him to recover. It will. But I can also help shatter his weapon. By the hero, at least. I'll make sure the job is done, as you cannot show yourself to the public. Neither can your friend. They still have no idea I exist. So if it comes down to it, I'll be the backup plan. It's quite odd how you want to help us, Null. Well, you could think of it as a favor to your master. For a fight or duels we had quite a while back. Alright. You betray us, you die, though. Just understand that. I know. And you won't be able to kill me even if you tried. Because you are so weak compared to your boss. Only at half of his strength with his shared power. Yes, I know we only have half his power he's granted us. We're still quite strong. We can put up a fight against you. Yes, you can put up quite a bit of a fight, but y'all would not win, even if you both took me on together. Now, if you excuse me, I'll go free your boss. As he walks away and just vanishes into the shadows, disappearing from sight. hate him. And I think I'm actually gonna make this a 2-shot. Like, it'll be in 2 parts. So I hope y'all enjoyed part 1 of What If Deku Was Entity 303. And I'll be back for part 2 where I'll end it. And that video may be an hour or 30 minutes long, depending. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe.